put together a short, slow, soothing flow for you. So come to down dog, take your time getting there. All fours first, spread out the fingers, curl your toes under. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift the hips. Don't go straight to straight legs. Let the head hang, knees are bent, feet are hip width. And then just start to pedal. So you're lengthening both legs at first, lifting both heels, and then bending your right knee and lowering your left heel to the mat. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the body. Exhale, bend the left knee, lengthen the right heel to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Just switching side to side. Take your time. Move and breathe. In and out through the nose. Just getting into your body, just checking in with the backs of the legs. Inhale, both heels lift. Exhale, knees come all the way down to the mat. Take an inhale there. Exhale, send the hips back, seat to heels, forehead to the mat, child's pose. Come into child's pose. I'm going to keep my head up so you can hear me. Take a few moments settling in, dropping the seat to the heels, and then start to deepen your breath. Try and see if you can feel your breath lower in the body. So you're trying to reach the breath into the pelvic bowl. You'll feel it spreading into the hips and seat with your inhale. And with the chest down on the thighs, you might even feel the belly inflating into the thighs. Now try and isolate the breath low here for 2 more breaths. Feeling the breath spreading into the seat, feeling the breath pressing on the thighs. With your next few breaths, I want you to focus the breath in the rib cage. So as you're in child's pose, you can feel the breath expanding into the rib cage, and the ribs might even be pressing down on the thighs slightly as they broaden. And with the exhale, you can just feel the rib cage sort of drawing in slightly, softly. One more nice deep breath there, filling the breath into the rib cage, feeling the breath in the rib cage. And then with your next few breaths, bring the breath high. Bring it up into the chest, throat, shoulders, collarbone. See if you can feel and exaggerate the breath there. Again, 2 more breaths like that, filling the breath up. See if you can feel it in the collarbone. See if you can feel it between the shoulder blades in the top of the back as well. And then combining those 3 places. So as you inhale, send your breath low into the hips and seat. Let the breath rise up through the body, fill the rib cage, fill up high into the collarbones, shoulder blades, shoulders. Exhaling, pelvic floor engages. Abdominals, squeeze in. Send the breath up and out. So again, just another full breath like that in your child's pose. Picture the breath as it rises up through the body. And the same thing, picture the breath as you send it up and out. With your next inhale, follow your breath. Rise up, come all the way up to your tabletop position. Just send the crown of the head forward. Now on your exhale, you're going to draw your chin towards your chest. You're going to start to lift up between your shoulder blades. Then start to lift up through the mid-back, lift up through the lower back, and right towards the end, you're tucking the tail down. On your next inhale, start to lengthen the tail out behind you. Start to lengthen through the lower back. Start to extend, dropping the chest and lifting the head forward. So exhaling, chin goes to the chest first, rounding up. Lift between the shoulder blades, lift up through the middle of the back, lower back, and then drawing the tailbone down. Inhaling, keep everything the same apart from the tailbone goes first. Start to lengthen through the lower back. Start to arch through the lower back. Start to lengthen through the mid-back. Start to arch through the mid-back. Start to lengthen through the top of the back, lifting the chest, looking ahead. Exhale, chin to chest. So you're trying to move each vertebra individually, having more control over each little bit of the spine as an individual vertebra. And once more, exhaling to round. Take your time. Inhaling to lengthen back out. And arch. Okay, exhale, send the seat back towards the heels, find child's pose. And then keeping your body essentially down over the thighs, start to walk your hands over towards the left. They might even come off your mat. Left hand off the mat, maybe keep the right hand on. Creep your fingertips away from you. Try and lengthen through both sides of the body, but you're going to feel it more in the right side. And then, in fact, you can press into the right ribs. So send your body a little bit towards into the right ribs, but keep the hands creeping out to the left. Head's hanging down. See if you can send your breath into the right rib cage. So just like we did before where we were sending the breath to different areas of the body, now more into the right rib cage. See if you can feel that expansion in the right rib cage. Next inhale, bring it back into center. Pause there for an exhale. Inhaling, walk your hands over towards the right side of your mat. The right hand might come off. Again, just keep creeping the fingers away so we're long through both sides of the body. And then you're going to start to press, sending the body a little bit to the left. Keep creeping the hands away, but you're pressing into the left rib cage. You're almost trying to round through the left side of the rib cage. Keep sending the breath in there again, taking a couple more breaths here, expanding into the rib cage, directing your breath to give you a little stretch from the inside out. And then let's walk the hands again back into center. Inhaling, come up to your tabletop position. Take your knees wide, cross over your shins or ankles. You're going to walk the hands back. If you get stuck, abort, swing your legs around. Otherwise, you're going to come and end up sitting on your bottoms on your mat. Okay, from here, you've still got your right shin in front of the left. We'll just start that way around. Take an inhale, sit yourself up nice and tall. As you exhale, you're going to bring the hands forward and let the head and neck hang. Inhale, come up. Now you can just uncross and recross the legs, or slightly more strenuous, you're going to hover the legs. Exhale, left leg in front of right, fall forward. Inhale, come up, lift the legs. Exhale, right in front of left, fall forward. Move and breathe. Inhale, come up, lift the legs. Exhale, cross, fold. Inhale up, lift the legs. Exhale, right in front of left again, cross and fold. Hands stay down. Hands are down. You're reaching as far forward as it takes to get a little sensation in the outer hips. And then you're just going to take a little lean over to the side. So you're taking your chest toward the right, and you're taking your chest towards the left. And you're keeping with that nice smooth long breath that you've been practicing with. And it's slow movements, just reaching into each hip. You might gain a little bit of space and have to take the hands further forward. I like to be on the fingertips, it's up to you. And you're going to walk the hands back in, switch it over, left shin in front of right shin, forward fold. Same thing, just take a little sway towards the left, take a little sway towards the right. You can let the head hang down here if you want to, you can keep the chest lifting, it's your choice. Just see where you can feel into the outer hips. And then let's walk the hands back in. From here, step your left foot forward. So your right knee, your right foot is still where it was for cross leg. You're going to maybe tuck it in a little bit more so you can be more on your right shin. Left foot flat to the mat. Get a bit of momentum. You might take the hands up, throw them forward, and you can step into your low lunge. So you've got left foot forward, you've got right knee back, knees just behind the pelvis, come onto your fingertips, bring your hands to the thigh, press your hands into the thigh, lift your chest up. Take an inhale here, And as you exhale, you're just going to drop your hips forward and down. Notice if your toes start to, your knee starts to shoot over your toes, just wriggle your toes slightly further forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, drop the hips down. Move and breathe. Inhaling up. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Lower with your exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up, take your foot out to about 45 degrees, take your knee out to 45 degrees, knee and toes facing in the same direction. I like to go hand on hip, hand on thigh. Take an inhale tall, exhale, drop the hips towards the left. Inhale, center, exhale, hips go left. Inhale, center, exhale, hips left. Move and breathe. Just coming in, rocking in and out. Really soothing for the nervous system, rocking and breathing like this. Inhale, center. Step that foot out now to about 90 degrees. I'm just going to swap legs so you can see. Again, you've got knee in line with hip, toes in line with knees. Hands can be on the hips, hands hip to knee, something like that. Take an inhale, exhale, drop the hips towards the left. And again, you're just keeping the hips and the shoulders facing forward. Inhaling, center, exhale, drop. Moving and breathing. Connecting that movement to your breath, and then you're just going to step back into your tabletop position. We're going to make our way back to where we came, so take the knees wide, cross over the ankles, shuffle back, so you're sitting on your bottom. Take your legs in front of you, hands come behind you, fingers face towards the toes, push through your heels, draw your toes back. Take an inhale, lift your chest towards the ceiling, look towards the ceiling, roll back your shoulders, exhale, soften. Inhale, lift the chest, roll back the shoulders, push into the hands, exhale, soften. Inhale, lift the chest, hold there, push into the hands with the exhale. Each inhale, bring the breath high, hold with your exhale. Try to keep your head held high in space and not just let it drop behind you. Next inhale, come up onto the fingertips. This time you're going to tuck your left ankle underneath your right leg and then be on the sole of the right foot. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, toss your arms forward, come into your low lunge. You've got right knee stacked over right ankle. Be on the fingertips there. Left knee's down behind the hips, hands come onto the thigh. So same thing this side. As you inhale, you're lengthening up a little bit. Exhale, drop the hips forward and down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Move with your breath. We're not going super far, it's mild. It's not super intense. Inhale, come up, take your foot out to about 45 degrees, same thing. You got your left hand on your hip, your right hand on your thigh. Take an inhale, exhale, drop the hips towards the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hips to the right. Again, just connecting your breath to your movement. Move slow. Come in and out of the pose. Come up. Take your foot out to 90 degrees. Same thing, just check that your hips and shoulders are still facing the top of your mat, but your knee, your toes are facing the same direction, straight out to the side. Inhale, tall. Exhale, drop the hips to the side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drop. Again, just move and breathe. Once more there, center with your inhale, drop the hips with your exhale. Center with your inhale, bring your knee back in, bring your hands down to the mat on your exhale. You're going to walk your hands forward now, up to the top of your mat. Bring your elbows down, and then bring the chest forward and down between the arms. We're setting up here, ready for your Sphinx pose. So wriggle the elbows forward underneath your shoulders, keep spreading the hands. Take an inhale, lift the chest forward. As you exhale, just draw your jawline back slightly. Inhale, pull the chest forward, push into your feet a little bit with the exhale. One more inhale there. And then from here, you're just going to start to kick your feet. You can point your toes, make it look pretty. Just kick the feet, kicking the heels towards your bum. And then just try and keep the right one in, keep the left leg extended. Take your left hand across in front of you just to prop yourself up on one arm. And then you're just going to reach back for the right foot with the right hand. And from here, first of all, I just want you to kick your foot into your hand, and then think of your right shoulder trying to come back round to the front and look back round to the front. So keep kicking that foot into the hand. You might be getting a pretty nice stretch on the shoulder there. And then keep kicking, but ask the foot to come a little bit closer. So you're keeping a little tension just as close as it needs to, so you're getting a nice stretch on the front of the thigh, on your quad. And then you might have to wriggle the foot up towards the elbow, you might not. Keep kicking that foot into the hand or the elbow. And then gently, no pinging, release your foot and take it back down to the ground. Bring your right hand down across the body so you've got, so you can balance on that one arm. Same thing, just do a few little kicks, and then we'll keep the left foot in, keep the right foot out, take the left hand back, and you're reaching for the toes or the foot. You're going to kick that foot back into the hand, and first you're letting the foot win, and then you're bringing your shoulders forward again. Looking forward, taking the shoulders forward. I think I prefer to hold the outside of the foot for this. It doesn't really matter. And then again, if you want to, you can start to bring the foot a little bit closer and maybe take the foot towards the elbow crease. But keep kicking the foot back so you're keeping a little bit of tension there. Little bit. Carefully releasing the foot down to the mat. And take your arms out wide. Take your arms out wide into a cactus shape. You can let the head come down to the mat. So you want to bring your left ear to the mat, you're looking to the right. And make sure that both elbows are straight out from your shoulders, spread out the hands. And then from here, you're going to take your right hand and place it just where your right elbow was. Point your right elbow up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to slide your right knee out to the side. Slide the right knee in line with the right hip, about 90 degrees there. From here, you can lift up the right hip slightly, propping yourself up on the right knee. Keep pressing into the left hand. And then if you're getting enough out of that pose, like the sensation is enough for you, then stay here, it's nice. Step 2, you might want to bring and stack your legs on top of each other. Step 3, you might want to take the top leg and step it behind you, hopefully not into the fire. And keep your head resting down, keep pressing into the left hand, and keep breathing. So we're creating quite a twist here in the body. And we should be creating quite the stretch through the left shoulder and the pec. Carefully, nice and slow, bring that leg back. And we'll roll back onto our fronts. Setting up for the other side, so you bring your right hand down, elbow in line with shoulder. Turn your head to face the left. Right ear down, left fingertips where your elbow was. Again, slide your left knee out to the side, first of all, knee in line with hip. And then from here, you can lift up the left hip, and then maybe stack the legs. And then another option is to step the left foot behind you and come into that twist. Keep pressing into the right hand, making sure the right elbow is about in line with the right shoulder. I like to be on the fingertips of the left hand, but that's what, you can have the hand flat, it's up to you. And just be and breathe. And then again, just gently we'll restack the legs and then roll back onto your front. And from here, you're actually just going to wriggle your way around, wriggling around onto your back. So onto your backs, laying flat on your mats, extend your left leg out
and draw your right knee in towards your chest. Give your right knee a little hug. And then you're going to take your right hand inside your right leg, and you're either reaching for your shin or your ankle or the outside edge of your foot. So the arm is inside the knee, hand goes to the outside of the foot. And then from here, wherever you're with it, you're going to lift your foot up, trying to get the ankle over the knee, and then bend. So inhaling to lift the foot, exhaling to bend at the knee. Inhaling to lift the foot. So just keep moving and breathing with that. If your hips don't bend quite as much as that, or your hamstrings are slightly tighter and you're reaching here, either is fine. Same thing, just encouraging that leg to extend a little bit. Nice deep bend in the knee, as much as is comfortable. Good. And then bring that leg back in, give it a little cuddle, and extend your right leg away. Bring your left leg in, hug. Take your left leg out to the side slightly. Left arm comes inside. Take a hold of your shin, your ankle, maybe the outside edge of the foot. And then inhaling, just lift the leg. Exhaling, bend at the knee. Inhaling, lift the leg. Exhaling, bend at the knee. Inhaling, lift the leg. Exhaling, bend the knee. And then extend that leg out before you draw both legs in for a hug. Both legs come in, separate at your knees, reach for your shins, your ankles, maybe the outside edge of your feet, separate the feet. And then again, you're just going to lift the ankles on top of the knees. Now, it might make you come into a little bit of a ball shape, so your hips are lifting off the mat. Ideally, you want to press the hips down. Ideally, you want to keep the back of the pelvis onto the mat. The soles of the feet are facing towards the ceiling. You've got your ankles over your knees. And then we're going to do a slightly similar thing to before. You're just going to bend your left knee, drop it towards your seat. And inhale, extend your right leg out to the side, out to the right. Exhale, bend the right leg. Inhale, extend through the left leg. Exhale, bend the left leg. Inhale, extend the right leg. So just moving side to side. Again, just moving with your breath. And you don't have to go far with it. Just look for something a little bit interesting. Look for a little bit of feedback from your body. And that's all we're looking for. And then let's just bring both feet in, soles of the feet together. Now you might be holding the ankles, the shins. You might readjust so you can hold the outside of the feet and the fingers interlaced. You might be holding the toes. Knees are wide, heels are towards your seat. Couple breaths there. Softening, release your feet. Let the feet come all the way to the mat. Let your knees drop out to the sides. Place your hands on your belly. Feel your breath under your hands in your belly. Still just taking the breath in and out through your nose, but let any other kind of deliberate breathing go. Let yourself settle more into a natural rhythm. And then just carefully, one leg at a time, draw the knee to the ceiling, extend the leg out to the side and down. Heel down, toes out. Draw the knee to the ceiling, extend the leg away from you and down. Toes fall out to the side. Let your hands come down by your sides with your palms up, but if you get there and think, oh, it was more comfortable on my belly, take them back. Eyes are closed. Allow yourself to soften, allow yourself to get comfortable. And allow yourself a moment here of complete stillness. begin coming back. Softly but surely, start to bring a little awareness and movement back into your body. Your awareness comes to your breath. You're going to take one leg at a time, bending at the knee so your feet can come to the floor. And take your time. You can just switch me off and stay here if you want to, or you can roll to your side. And then pressing up into the hands, come up to a comfortable seated position. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Namaste.